Welcome to the Live Fire Media Show, episode number 28. Join our shit show that's like the most half-assed podcast thing of just a couple guys hanging out talking trash, guns, gear, movies, and so much more.
So much.
Your hosts tonight are the always entertaining and sometimes FUD Hunter Elliott of Rainshot.com. I'm Kawaka47, aka Dave from High Point, or as Hunter likes to refer to me as Iron Man. And we're not talking about the Marvel one.
Yeah, the emotionless bastard.
That's me. I'll take it. I will own it. I'll accept it. I'm down with that. Yeah, so you're back on here, man. I got like a whole list of random dumb shit to discuss and talk about since last week. Tony and I just literally hung out since you couldn't make it on, which was no big deal.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Shit happens, dude.
I was on a tree job and it was just unbearably awful.
Nope, that is okay, man. Shit happens, dude. Let's see. So first thing I want to hit with you is, let's see. So last week Tony was with me. When was the last time you and I were on?
I'll show you what you're doing. See if this will come into focus.
Barely. It's there. What the hell am I looking? There's a tree.
That's a pine tree.
There's you. It's a pine tree.
Yeah,
you're running a saw through a pine tree. Holy shit, man!
That we did
the 8th,
like 14 of them in 2 days. And I'll tell you what, man. I mean, I'm 52 years old tomorrow, and I'll tell you what, brother, I just ain't got it like I used to.
Dude, I totally get that. But what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep doing it. I mean, you gotta do something.
I gotta do something. Gotta make hay when the sun's up. That way, when I'm old and ugly, I don't have to do much of nothing.
That's right. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a horror movie recap of shit I've been watching.
Okay. I've seen a good one too. I can contribute.
Okay. So the last Wednesday that you and I were on, I watched The Howling.
Good movie.
Yeah, The Howling. You know, it's funny. I forgot how much of a slow burn that really is. Like, I mean, there's some kill stuff early on, but like from the opening bit to then it like slows for a good bit. It takes a while to build back up, and it can only be like a 90-minute movie. It's more and more. I'm thinking from going back and watch some of these 80s horror movies is the pacing difference of now and then. Is people are so much more like ADD or ADHD that like if the movie is 90 miles an hour constantly,
yeah, they lose interest.
They get bored with it. And I was captive. I hadn't seen this, 10, 15 years or more. And I didn't remember much about it. I remembered what the wolf looked like in the transformation. And I remembered the very end where she's in the studio broadcast. Pretty much everything else, I didn't remember for shit. So it was kind of like watching for the first time. I'm like, I recognize faces of characters and actors and shit, but that was it. But yeah, Howling. The Howling is a pretty sweet ass one.
I like all the Paranormal Activities.
I'm only into the third one now, so I watched the first, second, and third now, and all three of those excellent, top tier, just ghost,
I agree,
creepy, scary shit. It's funny, like even found footage movies. I will give found footage movies a chance. I think there's more bad found footage films than good.
Sure,
but the good ones are great, and these are kind of like they're kind of found footage, but kind of not, because you get so much static camera positions that maybe it's a little less jarring if you can't stand that whole jarring nature of found footage films. But yeah, these movies are sweet. I'm looking forward to watching another one.
You know, Candy and I watched the latest Blair Witch. Like, I guess it would be the third.
It's back to being a found footage.
And it was good.
I liked it. I
thought it was good. Now, it's still, it was out a while ago. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually turned that one on before Halloween started one night, going to bed. I was wide awake. I was like, I got to turn something on. I'll fall asleep too. And I was like, oh, because I think it's just called The Blair Witch or Blair Witch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that was cool. And I liked it. In general, though, that is actually a pretty solid found footage flick.
Of the three, I think it was the best.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, they kind of had the formula more than well figured out, and it is less jarring, but it still has good scares in it. I mean, because the original, let's be honest, the original one, didn't a fucking thing happens, really and truly, except looking at the girl's face way too close most of the time.
Right. It was good. It set the I think it kicked off the genre, kind
It
of.
did. It absolutely did. All right, let's roll on the next one. Of course, it's just sitting out on the deck watching movies. Oh, yeah, this one, Late Night with the Devil. Have you heard of this one?
I have not.
Yeah, it came out in 2023. I think it was like a Shutter, like the streaming service Shutter.
Heard of it.
So yeah, they made the movie, I think, and now it's on Hulu or Prime, something like that. The whole thing is like a mockumentary documentary, like late night TV show host going against Johnny Carson back in the day, and this dude does his live show on Halloween, and he has like a possessed guest on. It's fucking cool. I really like
Is
it.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because it's shot half 4x3 square, like it's like the TV show. And when they go off air moments, it cuts to widescreen and it's black and white.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, but the whole movie though, I don't say anything else in that. Just I'd say watch. I think you will dig it.
I'll check it out this weekend.
We were thoroughly entertained with it. And if you have to like do a 7-day trial of Shudder to watch it, do it.
Okay.
It's worth watching. Oh yeah, this one. Werewolves in 2024 with Frank Grillo. I remember seeing trailers for it and it looked more like The Purge, but with werewolves.
Okay.
And that's kind of what it was. It's very much a B movie. And just because something's a B movie doesn't mean it's not going to be good, but this kind of sucked.
Okay. Noted.
The action and gunplay was absolutely god awful. The plot was all over the place, made no sense. The werewolves were okay, but they're mostly practical effect. So that was cool to see that. Their style and design, it was fine. It wasn't like The Howling or American Werewolf London. But overall, I'd say it's not worth watching. I'd pass on Werewolves. Let's see. Mason shooting IDPA. Oh, yeah. The Candyman. I watched that one.
I remember that.
I think that's a good classic modern breakup. Something different from the Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers bullshit. But then the sequels turn into the same bullshit, I feel like. But original Candyman, I think that's a damn good horror movie. The Philip Glass score of piano through it. Just modern classic. Let's see. Leviathan from, what was this, 89, I think?
Oh, yes. I don't even think I remember that.
I mean, it like, what was it, 88, 89? You had Leviathan, Deep Star 6.
Yeah.
There was 2 other ones, and then kind of The Abyss, but The Abyss is not. All the rest of them were horror. The Abyss wasn't a horror movie, but Leviathan though. Peter Willer, Ernie Hudson, Jerry Goldsmith score. Dude, I love this movie.
What was the movie? It was a horror movie, and it was Jamie Lee Curtis was in it, and it was in the ocean.
That's Virus. I love that movie.
Virus. Yeah, she was on a ship called the Sea Star.
Yes. Yeah.
Virus.
That's a damn good late 90s, early 2000s B movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Leviathan's always one I was like, Peter Willer was in it, RoboCop. Daniel Stern's even in it. The Colonel from Rambo and First Blood and Rambo. A lot of people always tried saying this was like an Alien ripoff. Man, like, sure, you could draw a conclusion like that, but hell yeah, Stan Winston's group did the effects for the creature, so it was top notch. Jerry Goldsmith from Alien did the score for this, so it's top notch. I mean, it's just a cool horror underwater movie. I like it. If you don't like it, well, you're wrong.
Fair enough.
We'll move on. Oh, yeah, another werewolf. Howling 5 from, what was this, 89, I think, too? 89, yeah. This was the only one I actually remembered more of, or so I thought I did, as a kid, because I think, again, HBO probably showed it all the time. So I think it was actually PG-13. Maybe it was R, but it was a bit, that wasn't hard R. But what I remembered about it, though, was this was a Howling movie that took place in a castle. And it was like modern times. It was like, okay, as a 89, I was 9. So 9-year-old kid, I think this is cool as shit. You know, modern movie taking place in a medieval castle. It was all right. It's not great. It's not the original by any means, but all the kills are off screen. I think all the sequels with Howling are all considered kind of shitty. but I don't know. I have a soft spot for this one. Are you familiar with this one at all?
I never saw. I think I've seen the first one or two.
I think they're all on Prime actually too.
Okay.
If you want to spend way too much time watching werewolf movies, yeah, they're on Prime. This one I just watching at random. Cold Skin.
Never heard of it.
It's on Prime. This dude, he just died this year. He was in Punisher Warzone. He was the Punisher. He was in the Thor movies. Don't blank on his name. It's not like insanely horror. It's more of a sci-fi flick, but it's just post World War One. And this dude comes to this island to take care of, to work with this dude to basically keep the lighthouse manned. And there's these sea creatures. They're like people that come ashore. It's kind of worth your time watching, man. It's a cool flick.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. Some aerial shots. This one, I texted you this one. H.P. Lovecraft's The Color Out of Space.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Nicolas Cage. The mom chick was in the show Nip Tuck.
I've read it.
Oh, you've read it? Okay.
I've read most of Lovecraft stuff.
My understanding is I've never read any of his stuff. I just know of a lot of it. This is a pretty damn good adaptation of the book to a modern movie. The only thing I didn't care for is there's at times Nicolas Cage was a little over the top, but that's also just
what?
Right. I mean, that's Nicolas Cage's MO to be a little over the top. But overall, like, my only problem with the whole movie was it was building for the audience. You were seeing shit change constantly through the whole movie, but it was like the characters weren't acknowledging it all. And that was kind of like, wait, what the hell? But in the last, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, it just goes batshit nuts to a climax. At the end, it was really cool. And I was like, okay, this was cool. Mason watched it with me. He thought it sucked. He's like, this was stupid. I was like, dude, I'm like, I don't think you quite understand a slow burn. I'm like,
right.
Like, this was kind of cool. And the more I thought about it, the more I liked this one. My initial thoughts was a little harsh on it, but now I think it's like, no, it's actually pretty sweet. So yeah, I think that was on, I can't remember what it was on. Just search the shit, man. You'll find it. Memory of Mason's Halloween costume from many years ago. God. So I hit a lot of werewolf movies this year, just how it just pans out. The Cursed is on Netflix, 2021. Watch it. It's worth your time. I mean, it's a period piece. I think it's what starts off World War One. It jumps 30 years back is where the movie then takes place. It's cool. I mean, it's a werewolf movie, but it's a different style of werewolf movie. I was reading some trivia on it and reading how they were drawing from a different mythos of werewolves I'd never heard before. And it was cool. Definitely worth the time to watch that one. Weapons. Yeah, we didn't talk about that one because you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Wife and I loved it. I went and bought it and then we watched it because we enjoyed it. Here you go. Modern classic.
Tremors. Oh, Bert.
I've only ever seen just the first one. I haven't seen the sequels.
You know, the second one is pretty good, man.
You've said that, and a few others have told me that.
Yeah, the third one,
adventure.
The third one, it kind of goes after the second one. It kind of goes to shit.
Well, do you realize there's like 6 of them?
Yeah, I've seen
and there's possibly doing another one.
I think I've seen 4 of them,
and I think right now all of them are on Netflix as well too.
Okay,
but yeah, the first one's great. Like it's not entirely scary, but it's a good, solid daytime horror, which you don't get a lot of daytime horror movies, I guess. Here you go. Look, another werewolf movie.
I'm starting to see a sequence here, man.
It's just how it hits, man. Just shit I'm picking up. Yeah, this came out in January of this year. It's on Prime now. Reading about it, I guess this was kind of like they're a remake of the old school Wolfman. I just watch it for being its own damn movie. Another take on werewolves, a different take a little bit, and it's cool. It's 90 minutes. It's a slow burn. And I think that's kind of why I liked it. It reminded me a lot of like American Werewolf in London or The Howling, with how shit happens and it builds. I don't know. It's good and it's shot really well. It looks fucking gorgeous. I would recommend watching The Wolfman. And again, if you're into werewolf movies, if you like werewolf movies, and most of my list is probably boring the shit out of you because I've clearly watched a bunch of them this year.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's just how it rolls. That's Eva Cell, Texas Road. Oh, last night. You've seen this one, right? Night of the Comet.
Oh yeah, 80.
Fucking 80s gem.
great movie.
This literally came about. I was listening to the We Like Shooting guys Tuesday morning from their Monday night show, and they brought up Night of the Comet, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's it! I'm watching it tomorrow. I guess that's what I'm gonna do." Or tonight. It was Tuesday, so that's what I'm doing was watch Night of the Comet.
Candy and I watched that. Do you remember Damnation Alley?
No.
Oh, Damnation Alley. It's kind of a horror. It's a post-apocalyptic horror movie.
Okay, which I will say I'm a huge sucker for post-apocalyptic stuff. That's kind of why I like Night of the Comet so much. Is it's the whole post-apocalyptic thing. I just dig that vibe. I don't know.
It's got George Papard and Jace John Michael.
What's it called again?
Damnation Alley. It's George Papard, Hannibal from the 18.
Yeah.
And Jan Michael Vincent.
Okay.
It's a really good movie because it's so bad.
Oh God, it's one of those.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad, but it's so bad it's good.
I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. And then go ahead.
Go start it one night when maybe you're doing a little drinking.
That bad, huh?
It's we got done and Kenny's like, I want my money back. But now also understand when it came out and I watched it the first time, I was a kid.
Right.
So I thought it was awesome.
Well, like Night of the Comet. When this came out, I was 4.
Right.
So I didn't see it until I was a teenager. So I'm like, how was this movie even received back then? I don't know. I know a lot of older dudes, when I posted this movie, they were like, hell yes, Night of the Comet's great. I'm like, it is great, man.
It is great.
I mean, honestly, going back watching it now, the shots they have of LA being so empty, because I know they shot it like early morning, it's pretty dope because like it seems like LA is fucking empty and it does give its own eerie vibe, and they get to do the color grading of it and shit. It's still cool, man. Like, yes, it's still very corny, very 80s with like the whole Valley Girl aspect of it. But I don't know, man, there's a lot of that movie that it's pretty sweet.
I concur.
All right, so I go from this level 80s cheese to a whole other level. Same actress, the one that was in the cheerleader outfit in this one. She was the final girl in Chopping Mall.
Never saw it.
You never saw this one? I'm pretty sure I caught my dad into renting this one because I thought the cover poster looked cool. I mean, you see like the android robotic hand thing, but it looks almost organic, like biomechanical, like maybe a ripoff of Alien. But the droids are these like, I don't know, 4 foot tall, tank wheelie, dome head, look like a bad R2-D2. And they kill the goers that stay in the mall overnight. It's 80s cheese for sure. Like it's 86, I think. Yeah, 86. It's 80s cheesiness, but honestly, one of the funny things about it, I think even as a kid, I liked it because it was such a break from the Halloween sequels, the Friday the 13th sequels, the Freddy sequels, where the teenagers, or the one couple is married, so I'd say early 20s couple, they're not complete idiots. Like there's one scene, they're trying to hotwire an elevator to basically make it drop with a bot in it. So it's like, dude, this is like 80s, late 20s, late teens, early 20s people thinking, I don't think the millennials or the next generation could ever comprehend doing shit like that. But I believe that an 80s generation kids could have figured that shit out. Like they had enough willpower to go, fuck, I know a little bit about wiring. I can figure this shit out, or try to. Now they just go, oh, we're going to die. But they don't really do any too much of bonehead moves. The last guy, the way he dies is kind of lame. But that's probably because the movie's running out of money to make it. But I don't know. It's corny as all shit, but I watched it this year. I probably won't watch it again for another 5 or 10 years, but I'm not upset that I watched it because, shopping mall, man. So yeah, there's your horror movie catch up of everything I've been watching since we last hung out on here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think so. When it comes to horror movies, the gratuitous, just Friday the 13th, Halloween, just gratuitous gore,
Right.
really doesn't do it for me.
Right.
I don't find that
I get that.
intriguingly scary. You got a
Right.
psychopath walking around stabbing people. I mean, it's fucked up. Don't get me wrong, but it's not scary.
No,
because Michael Myers is or Jason or Freddy. They are corporeal, and so if it can bleed, we can kill it. So, what one of the most scariest movies I think I've ever seen was The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Have you seen that?
It's been a really long time. Probably since it first came out. Because that one it's told more like past tense, like in a court setting, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about all I remember about it, is just that.
So I had watched it once, and it's not a horror movie you can watch once and get everything out of.
Right.
So for like my 50th birthday, Candy set up a big silver screen in my front yard, and we had a fire, and we were streaming horror movies on the projector.
Nice.
And we had like 20 or 30 people show up. They were making popcorn, Candy had cooked. And so we all sat around the fire in lawn chairs and watched horror movies. I had some speakers out in the yard, so we had good surround sound. And the first one we watched was like a Halloween, and I was kind of bored with it. And then, they're like, okay, Hunter, it's your birthday. You pick the next one. And I was like, okay. So I queued up The Exorcism of Emily Rose. And after like the first, I'm going to say 45 minutes, I looked behind me and half the people had left.
What?
Yeah. They were like, this is way fucked up.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah. They're like, Hunter, this is just, man, this is way beyond what I'm comfortable dealing with. It's scary on a whole other kind of level.
What a bunch of pussies.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people left during it. They're like, oh, this is just too, because it's the horror is demonic possession. Right. And you can't really fight it.
Right.
It's all psychological. So The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and for the same reasons, but completely different movie, Nefarious.
Yeah, so I watched Nefarious last year because you kept recommending it to me.
Oh my God, it's amazing. And then last weekend, Candy and I watched Hereditary.
Dude, what'd you think of Hereditary?
Hereditary was fantastic.
I like the shit out of Hereditary.
It was fantastic.
I understand a lot of people not liking it because it is a massive slow burn, but
yeah,
God, is that movie good?
I thought it was, and it's a thinking man's horror movie.
Yeah,
because it had all these little clues. So like Candy and I would pause it, be like, "Oh wait, there's the mat that her mama made," or I'm not going to spoilers, but they were real subtle clues. And so we got done watching. Candy and I are sitting here with our mouths open, and I was like, "Baby, I don't think that's a movie that you can watch once and garner everything from it."
Right.
I'm like, "So let's watch it again in a few." She's like, "Nope, I'm not." She said that movie was great. He said, there is no way I'm watching it again. It is so
long too. It's like over 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was
definitely a longer movie. So that's a lot of time to dedicate to watch it again, just to like analyze it more.
Yeah, but I was like, oh my God, I thought that was great. And so, I like those. There was one movie, and I cannot remember the damn name of it, but this I think it was these two kids go to their grandparents' house for like the summer.
It's the M. Night Shyamalan flick. I've not seen this one. It's where like the grandparents seem or grandma seems off.
So she's got like dementia.
Yes.
So the grandfather's like,
yes,
don't come out of your room at night.
Yes.
Because your grandmama wonders. Sometimes she's not wearing her nightgown. This is nothing you want to see. So when the sun goes down, I don't care what you hear, don't come out of your room.
Yep. I've not seen it, but I know of it. I need to watch it. I actually want to watch
it. Then I won't say anything else about it, but it's fantastic.
I'm gonna look up because
And
I knew it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. So hold on, I'm pulling him up. Like The Visit or something like that.
I cannot remember.
Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up.
I
Trap,
could-
Watcher, Servant, Knock at the Cabin, Old, Split, or yeah, I think it's called The Visit. Yeah,
Really? Are you sure?
yeah. Hold on here. I'll share my screen so you can see this one. Share screen. Share screen. Window. Where the fuck's it at? There it is. Share. Bam. There, Hunter.
No, that ain't it.
That's not it?
That ain't it, bro.
You sure? Because I'm. Can you hear it?
Maybe that is it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, maybe that is it. That's it.
Yeah. So you don't come out of your rooms.
Right.
I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Right. All right.
Yeah,
That's
I think
it,
it's
man.
kind of a found footage movie.
Dude, it's absolutely worth watching. So
Yeah, I thought it looked kind of disturbing. And I was like, all right, I'll give out and I'll watch.
yeah, you would enjoy it. Yeah, The Visit, 2015.
There you go.
It's choice, and
Trust
it's
me,
got
I'm
the
a
typical,
random movie information.
it's got the typical M. Night Shyamalan, you
twist
know,
at the end,
twist is
which is fine. I enjoy most of them. You know, I enjoy most of his twists and most of his movies. I think the only thing I didn't care for was The Happening. I thought that was fucking dumb.
I don't know if I saw that.
That's one where the trees came after everybody, or not the trees, but the vegetation of the world came after everyone. Like the trees, especially, you'd see them waving, and people start killing themselves, throwing them off buildings and shit. Mark Wahlberg was in it, and one of his whiniest roles. Guys, what are we gonna do? Just his acting, that was just terrible.
Yeah,
Fuck that movie.
yeah. But yeah, those are. I'm real particular. Like, I don't want to watch a horror movie where animals are being hurt,
Nobody does.
and I don't like them where, it's just like women are being slaughtered.
Right.
I don't like women being hurt.
Well, I think that's going back to the list of my recent stuff is Candyman. Candyman is not the Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason, killer. In fact, I think you only ever truly actually see him kill one person, but everything else it's left to thinking that the girl did it because she conjured him and he's fucking with her, and it makes it look like she's the one who's killing everybody. But again, because he's an urban legend, this apparition, you can't shoot him, you can't do anything to stop him. He almost doesn't exist. So is it really just something that fucks with your own head and makes you do shit? That's why the original one, it is that good. Like, for anybody to try and classify it as being another, Halloween, Friday the 13th, even Nightmare on Elm Street, like, you're wrong. The original Candyman is fucking great. Sequels, I don't remember the sequels for shit. There was a 4th sequel, almost a remake, just called Candyman, that was really cool, except it had a lot of really woke elements to it that really was a turnoff. But it was shot really well. The score was really good. And the way they told the story of like the Candyman legend continuing actually was really cool. It just sucks that Tony Todd didn't show up until like the very, very fucking end of it. But I don't know. There's a lot of cool bits to the most recent version of it. And again, it keeps it from being this psycho slasher, just random killing everybody. It's fucking basically. Yeah, I always hold the original Candyman a pretty high bar because it's not that same shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had the original Friday the 13th on in the background. I barely ever watch those anymore, like, because I watched it so many times as a kid growing up. But I turned it on while I was cooking. I'll tell you what, man, was interesting. One, even same with the original Halloween, because Halloween predated all of them. The original Halloween is not gory. Most of the kills are actually off screen anyways. It's just somebody stumbled across and finds the body, and that's where the suspense comes from, is seeing the body. And going to the original Friday the 13th, it's kind of the same way. Like, it's really, it's gorier than Halloween, but it's really not that gory. And it's pretty cool how many times the kills and stuff is done almost in first person because they're hiding who the killer is. It's like, damn, that's actually pretty cool. None of them are like that.
Right.
You just straight up see a big person killing somebody. But the first one, it really does hide that. So you have no clue. I mean, even like it's almost like current video games. Like when you're the silent protagonist in the game, you know, you look to somebody and the character says to you, says, "Oh, hero, hey, we could use your help doing this." Your character doesn't say a word, but then the person acknowledges like you spoke dialogue to them.
Right.
That's how the movie was shot, because everybody's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'm going to Camp Crystal Lake. I always want to work with kids. Kids are just great, you know. Oh, hey, I think we passed the road for the camp, you know. Hey, can you let me out? Can you let me out?" Never a response. I don't know. Maybe Friday the 13th, the original, gets too wrapped up and remembered by the sequels and not the original by itself.
Sure.
I mean, because Halloween certainly does, dude. Halloween absolutely turned to torture porn in the second one alone. I mean, Carpenter, he scored it, and I think maybe he wrote it or produced it, but he didn't direct it. And so you watch the kills from the first one to the second one, it's night and day difference, you know, and it all just amped up. But Friday the 13th, though, it's probably still actually should be held with a little higher standard than the rest of the shit fucking sequels that there were.
The most disturbing horror movie I've ever watched was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man, that
dude, I can tell you, I watched that one on IFC years ago.
Yeah,
2021. I was waiting for a buddy to call me, tell me he was back at his apartment or at his college lab or something else to go meet him. And I ended up watching that whole movie. And dude, the first time when Leatherface pops out, whacks that dude with the sledgehammer, knocks him down, he drags him in and slams the door shut, and the audio kicks in. Whoa! I was sitting there with chills on my spine. I'm like, what the hell? Because before that, I'm the youngest of three. My older brothers, I've seen every Friday the 13th, every Nightmare on Elm Street, every Halloween, and Texas Chainsaws. I know I'd seen 2 and 3 multiple times, but
2 was like a comedy almost.
Oh, absolutely. But my point is, I've never seen the original until like the year 2000, 2001. So watching that 1974, watching it in 2000, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah. When he takes that girl and hangs her on that meat hook.
Oh, it's just so visceral. And again, most of that movie, it's not that graphic.
Right. But
it's really not.
I was watching how they made that. And so there was like that chick, she had a harness on with like I'm trying to remember, and it had like a
ring.
catch.
Right.
And so he had to hang her. He had to pick her up and hang that ring on that dulled hook.
Right.
And they had to, and through, you know, the movie magic, they made it look, but you know, it was like challenging for him to like hit the hole, so to speak. But
right. Well, yeah, you pick up a 100-pound girl.
The grandpa's trying to bust one of the girls' heads open with a hammer over the bucket at the dinner table.
Yeah. That whole dinner table scene is like some psycho shit, man. Like it's
yeah, that's the most. But I will say this: I thoroughly, when they did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D.
Is that the one that's like the 40-year sequel? I think
it's got a really hot brunette in it, and she inherits the house that Leatherface lives in.
Yeah. I remember that one.
And her and her friends go, and turns out like you learn some backstory, and the cops are crooked as shit. The mayor's crooked, and they were doing torturous stuff to people. And Leatherface actually winds up becoming the hero,
right? In a dark, twisted way. Yeah, it's all like anti-hero kind of shit.
Yeah, for sure. And then
because she finds a letter from her great grandmother or whatever, so something like he'll protect you. And
yeah.
Now I watched that thing. It was decent.
Not
the original.
And then the very latest one, man, that I think that was a Netflix. You didn't like that? Dude, you're crazy. Because all those people that he killed had it coming. Like, I was like, yes, those whiny ass, you know, Gen Z millennial idiots getting chainsawed in a bus. Like he comes over and he starts his saw, and all those idiots hold their phone up to film it. And I'm like, kill everyone. I'm totally cool with it.
I don't disagree with you on that point. I not at all. There's some scenes where it's shot really well. It looks great when he first stands up wearing the face mask in the sunflower field.
Yeah,
it's cool. But the fact that he's supposed to be the same Leatherface dude from 74 into 2020, whatever it was, and he's still that strong and that fast and that capable. Leatherface was always a human being. Michael Myers was always known as a force of nature. Jason became a zombified thing, but Leatherface was still always a human being.
But perhaps he transcended.
So, but no, don't go there. Like he's a human being, and that's where it just kind of like went too far for me. And I was like,
I thought it was cool because it's like he like retired from killing.
There's nobody left. There's nobody left.
Well, I mean, okay, so he retired out of necessity. But nevertheless,
until the old lady died, then he went fucking ballistic again.
But they killed her.
But he also got shot like 72 fucking times in that movie and kept coming to. He became a supernatural thing. That's what it's like.
Yeah,
man, fuck off with this movie.
But like the one whiny bitch,
both sisters were insufferable.
Yeah, and when she had her head out of the sunroof and he just come out of nowhere and just, I was like, thanks, man. I'm tired of listening to her fucking whine. I loved it. It had some points, like they kept shooting him and he didn't die, and I'm like, okay. In my mind, Leatherface transcended into some sort of supernatural force through sheer will. This is how my brain is justifying it.
Okay, hey, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with liking a movie that's genuinely not good. You can. There's plenty of bad movies.
It was a good movie.
Okay, now you're talking out of your arse.
It was a fucking good movie, man. You're out of your fucking gourd.
No, it was not. It was not.
You're high. I'm sober. This is water. You're fucking high. It's a fucking good movie. Jeez, I willikers. All right.
Oh yeah, and of course their titles are god awful too, because that one is just called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's from 2022.
Yeah,
it's got a 4.7 rating on IMDb.
Out of 5.
No, out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, it's not.
What are those fucking morons know? I would say 4.7 out of 5.
Well, okay, so you got me going with this Leatherface, this particular one, and back to the chopping mall, because it was these little droid robot things, security bots that were killing the teenagers. In that movie, like in the 80s, they find a gun shop that's well-armed gun shop in the mall. So one dude's got a 20-inch AR. Another dude's got, I think it's a Mossberg pump action. Another dude's got a 357 revolver. It's probably a Smith. Mine started thinking a long while back when we first started doing this, we were talking about like the Terminator, what modern weapons could actually take a Terminator out. I remember we talked about like he turned real quickly on the lieutenant and Lance Henriksen because they both had M16 shooting at him. Maybe that actually was a threat. The speed of a 223 was enough to damage the chassis, his titanium chassis alloy. But in my mind, I started thinking, okay, yeah, Tremors. Tremors movie, the great basement shootout. And they bust in. Dude, they fired a mag of a G3, so that's 308, a mag of an AR, so that's 5.56. She used some Uzis and 9mm, several revolvers in both hands, a flare gun, multiple shotguns to the mouth and the tentacles.
But he was was running that double rifle.
Well, in the end, he killed it with the elephant gun.
Yeah, what did it ever specify the caliber?
No, but I mean, he showed those elephant gun like shells that are, like a what do you call it, the 375 Nitro Express or something like that.
375 H&H Magnum. They had
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
No, it was more than that. I know who knows.
But my thought would be, okay, so what other movie monsters could you actually be taking out? I start thinking Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Donald Sutherland. I fucking love that movie. But the pod people, man, they crush some of their skulls in before they're fully formed, so they're not complete replicas. But at that point, pod people, are they just as strong or as weak as we are? So could you take out the pod people with 12 gauge and a 223? 9mm is effectively as we can kill shit with that. I don't know. You tell me, man. You're stuck thinking on that damn lever or that rifle, aren't you?
Yeah.
Here, I heard. Just stop. I'm pulling up on IMFDB. Shotguns, rifles. Oh fuck. Other. It says it's an 8-gauge shotgun.
No.
Yeah, showing right here. An elephant gun that was a Belgian made, Woolman and Moore Company 8-gauge solid slugs. Shotguns, provided by Ellis Merctile for the Trimmers film.
You're right. It was a. Oh no, it was an 8-gauge double rifle, brother.
8-gauge double shotgun. It's a double barrel shotgun.
No. It's a double rifle.
No, dude. Okay, hold on. You're here. Let me show you. Share screen. Your screen. Here. Bam. Read your screen.
I don't think it's a. I don't think
look at that.
That's not a shotgun, bro. That's a look. Scroll.
Dude, this is right there.
8-gauge.
More.
So you understand gauge can be used to measure any projectile, right?
Oh my god. Oh, this isn't taking us anywhere. That's a shotgun, dude. Okay, fine. Double rifle and 8-gauge. But look at that. Look at this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's not a shotgun, Shug. That's a fucking metallic cartridge.
You can make shotguns out of metallic cartridges. There's all shotguns are metallic cartridges.
No, the pressure of that would blow a shotgun to hell.
It's 8-gauge, man.
It's indeed a double rifle, not a shotgun.
Okay.
A Wilmington Moore and Company 8-bore double rifle built for dangerous game hunting, elephant, rhino, etc. Fires a solid lead bullet, not shot. Each barrel is rifled, making a true double rifle.
Well, then create an account to IMFDB. Go in here and edit this from shotgun to 8-gauge double rifle. But hey, still, it's cool as fuck.
Right.
Oop, I don't want that view. There we go. Yeah, still cool.
Is that Wikipedia or IMDb?
IMFDB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, IMFDB. Yeah, they go. They get it mostly right. Every now and again, I've seen some things that weren't right, but usually it was so minor, it was kind of like whatever. But yeah, I forgot when he dumped it out. It was kind of like, holy shit, look at those fucking cartridges, man. It's like, damn.
Yeah, so so I've got the so it is I can tell you the caliber. It's a 835 caliber.
What the hell?
835. All right. I think it's a black powder cartridge.
I was going to guess that.
Yeah.
But so again, think about that. That you can't say that's what killed the thing. They fired so much shit out of it, but that was the last thing he shot and it worked, But makes you think, you figure out the anatomy of something like a trimmer.
So technically that would be called an 8-bore.
An 8-bore. Okay.
8-bore double rifle. All right. So it's an 862 grain about bullet. Oh, no. The conical bullet shown 1,250 grain.
Jesus.
A roughly 1,500 feet a second, generating 7,020 foot-pounds of energy. And they also loaded it with a spherical ball that was 862 grain, about 1,654 feet a second.
Oh my God.
Yielding 5,232 foot-pounds of energy.
That's incredible.
Victorian era 8-bore dangerous game rifle.
Dangerous game rifle. Yeah, and take your shoulder off too.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, that's a hoss. I guarantee you when that somebody hit him, it didn't tickle.
Oh no. I mean, even looking at it too, it's how long was the barrel in this thing? It was long as shit.
Probably 28 inch. 26, 28 inches.
Oh, when it was thrown from the truck to the rock, it was dropped and the stock shattered at the wrist due to the 12.5 pounds that the gun weighed.
That's why they don't kill you.
Damn.
You shoot that son of a bitch.
No shit.
Poor good old Buster. You see, here's Corporal Buster. Say hey, say hey, Corporal Buster.
He's like, look at his ears. He's like, fuck off, leave me alone.
Don't you want 6 or 8 people are going to see this? Well, they've tuned out by now, so you don't.
So they also looks like they dumped an 870 into it. She grabbed the Winchester 1200. She dumped into she blast the tentacle. He had the HK91A2 G3 clone, whatever. Full mag of that. Yeah, the Colt AR-15 Sporter 2. Yeah, she dumped a magazine of that.
I mean, something like that. I think you'd be better off concentrating. I mean, I hate to always go back to the standby, but something like a 4570 or 444 Marlin, and just keep pumping heavy penetrating ammo into it.
That's where I think something that big. That's where I'd want like 308 in a semi-auto.
I don't think 308 is enough.
I mean, I feel I hear what you're saying, but I would want more rate of fire.
I don't think, but I don't think 308 is enough, man. And so I got into, Candy and I are rewatching Stranger Things.
Yeah. And
so, we've watched the first season. They had the Demogorgon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching that, and
we should rewatch that and get caught up before new season.
Season that's what we're doing. And so when the Demogorgon comes into the school,
okay,
all of the MPs looked like they were carrying some sort of full auto subgun. It looked like MP5.
I would be my guess, probably.
And 9mm, and they were wearing his ass out with that, and it didn't really seem to phase him much at all.
Right.
So I got into about a damn 45-minute long conversation with Solace, ChatGPT on. Okay.
Oh shit.
you gotta go into the upside down, and you gotta hunt and kill that thing. What would it take to be successful? And now, Solace is like, you need a minimum of a 4-man.
Okay, hang on. To clarify too, yes, they're not just MP5s, they're on MP5Ks, so like a pistol length barrel, basically.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, MP5 is a 16?
No, it's like 11 or 12, so it's a hair longer.
Okay.
But MP5K literally is like a maximum 8-inch barrel, I think.
Oh, okay. So about half the length.
Barrel. I don't keep the memory anymore. Oh shit, I'm completely wrong. Damn. MP5K is 4.52. So no, it is a pistol barrel, basically.
Oh wow.
You're shooting an oversized pistol.
But that
MP5 barrel length is, I thought it was like 11 or 12. No, okay, that's where I was wrong. At 8.9 inches on a regular MP5.
So roughly half the barrel length.
The MP5K, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, they're literally running a pistol.
Full auto pistol with 30 round max.
Yes.
And a shoulder. And it had didn't they have shoulder braces?
It looks like the screenshots they have from the shows, some were not shoulder, some did not have stocks at all, and other ones did.
Gotcha.
So accuracy obviously goes out the window. I mean, yeah, you do the whole push-pull thing, but even the screenshots I'm seeing, there's no slings. So you're not getting that whole sling retention shit either. You're just you holding it out there, which is not really the most effective way. Yeah. So anyway, so Solace says.
So I was talking to Solace, and it's like, okay, Hunter, let's just hypothetically, you got to go into the upside down and hunt this creature. Bare minimum with any chance of success will be a 4-man team. Ideal 6 to 8.
Okay, yeah, 6 to 8 man team for that. Okay,
6 to 8 man team, and it's like I'm going to define the roles of each man and how the roles. And it was great. Like I was very impressed. But it's like, okay, you're going to have a primary shooter who is the man designated to take the creature out. Then you're going to have 2 men that are going to support him. Right. Then you're going to have 2 men for environmental control and it was egress denial.
Okay.
And then you've got a medic, and then you've got a sniper.
Okay.
And it's like, you would have your medic would certainly be a backup man. It's like your primary guy, your designated hitter, He's like, you need to be carrying something heavy. He's like, I would recommend something like a Marlin Trapper in 4570. Get some 405 or 430 grain, and then your two A gunners, 12 gauge shotguns, slugs, and then you've got two men that are egress deniers, and you would arm them with an AR.
Right.
But not that, because it's like, and this is Solace is like 5.56 probably wouldn't kill that creature.
Right.
But if you're trying to control his movements and
Right.
you lit him up,
a defensive tool. Yeah.
yeah, it would change his direction.
Yeah.
And then you've got Overwatch, who is sitting there with probably a 308, 300 Win Mag, watching the scene play out.
Yeah.
In the event he gets a good shot. And then you've got the medic probably carrying something along the lines of maybe another 12 gauge shotgun or, something like that to support.
Right.
And I thought, I'm like, wow, that's pretty, I'm like, yeah, I get it. So, at one point they went hunting him with a 6-shot 38 Smith, which would be completely undergunned. But
right. I
thought it was cool how Solace was thinking tactically enough to how you would stack a team together to hunt that creature.
So I certainly wasn't thinking like the Trapper lever action by any means, but that's fine. But my thought immediately did go to, like, right behind me, 12 gauge. People are so like, I get it, in this gun culture we live in, we're all completely drunk on the AR platform, and it is fucking awesome. I'll say it is the greatest rifle platform there ever has been. It beats out the AK-47 by miles.
I agree with that.
But the problem is people are so drunk on the AR, they're forgetting the power and the effectiveness a fucking 12 gauge can be.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking brutal, man. No, is the capacity the best? No, I'm not saying you outfit a whole fucking fire team with 12 gauge, but good God, you've got, like you said,
two A gunners,
right?
With overlapping fire, and they're supported by two men with ARs,
right?
Here's the thing.
Shit.
I'm a huge fan of the AR. Love it. The 223, in retrospect, is anemic compared to a shotgun.
Right.
You could survive being hit with a 223. Getting hit with let's quantify this before everybody gets that. Inside
survive a 223.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's say inside of 50 yards.
Right.
Getting hit with a slug from a 12 gauge shotgun, a 3-inch or 3.5-inch Magnum slug, would be far more devastating than a 223.
I'm not going to completely agree with you and say it's far more devastating, because 223, we've neutered 223 from changing twist ratios and shit in guns to basically make it be this magical serval gun in our military. But flat out, the shit that we can buy can be absolutely way more effective than any just ball ammo they shoot. So that's where I'm going to disagree a little bit and say, no, you get the right 223 load. I mean, come on, you and I have watched enough gel blocks and seen the temporary wound cavity. Right, but seeing that temporary wound cavity that thing does, that creates a lot of massive internal damage to fuck up with organs and shit. So I think a little bit of it's falling into the whole 9mm versus 45, where flat out a bigger hole is always going to be better. So like the slug, just that bigger ass hole, but not even a slug, even just a buckshot, man. The buckshot of a living thing that's not armed with armor. I would grab a shotgun.
Oh yeah,
almost before anything else. I mean, but yeah, like you said, if you've got your front guy that's running a heavy duty lever action, no, that's cool. I'm down with that. But then his two support guys are running 12 gauges, and then two more support guys running ARs. Dude, that's some fucking firepower, man.
And you got a cat above you with a 300 Win-Mag bolt gun.
That's even going a whole other level with it. I'm just saying, just the 5-man crew of literally thinking about lever in the front, shotgun left and right, and AR left and right of them. Dude.
Yeah,
that's some effective shit. And instead, like you said in the show, they run on MP5Ks, and
it was.
If I recall correctly, from watching it, the use of the MP5K was almost kind of like in John Carpenter's Vampires, they ran a lot of 9mm subguns, but simply as a defensive tool to put kinetic energy hitting at the vampires to slow them down enough to come in with a stake and stake the bastards.
Right.
And I always thought that was kind of a cool concept
It's a
in the
support
movie.
tool.
Right. Use a 9mm subgun as a support device or a defensive / support device, and I think that's kind of a cool concept. In a show or a movie like that, I'm down with it.
I think. So here we go. Short answer: the 12-gauge 3-inch Magnum slug delivers far more energy inside 40 yards than a 223 from a 16-inch AR. Typically on the order of 2 to 3 times the kinetic energy.
Damn.
12-gauge 3-inch Magnum Sabo rifled slug, Remington Federal, 385 to 557 grain projectile, 16 to 1900 feet per second, averaging 3,000 foot-pounds of energy. 223 555 grain, full metal jacket ball, 16-inch AR, 28 to 2,900 feet a second. You're about 1,000 feet a second, 1,000 foot-pounds of energy. So with the 12, just kinetic energy alone,
right,
you're comparing about 1,000 foot-pounds of energy from an AR 55 grain ball to 3,000 foot-pounds of energy from a 12-gauge slug.
But still, again, right, and there lies in the difference of having both, because a shotgun is typically a maximum of 8 shells,
right?
And the AR, you've got 30 that can also then be changed for another 30 in a second, versus the shotgun, it's several seconds to load that thing up. So, have them both. That's the end result. Have an AR and have a shotgun.
All right.
Have them both.
All right. So here's the question: at what range would the 223 take over from the 12 gauge?
Depends on your confidence.
I'm going to say 80 to 100 yards. The 223.
I was going to say 50 and out. I mean,
50 and out?
Yeah, can a shotgun do 100? Absolutely. But can the average person? Probably not. I would say 50 yards is.
We're just talking right now. We're just talking about the capabilities.
Okay, I would still say probably 50 yards though. 50 yards and out for the AR.
So
keep the shotgun 50 yards and in. Yeah,
roughly 150 yards, depending on the exact slug and 223 load. Typical heavy 12-gauge rifled slug, 430 to 440 grains, 17 to 1,800 feet per second. Starts with 3,000 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. We talked about that. Loses velocity relatively quick because slugs have low ballistic coefficient. For those loads, the slug will usually still have the energy advantage out to roughly 150 to 180 yards.
Damn.
A lighter high-velocity Sabo-type 12-gauge slug, 385 at 19. So will hold energy farther out. They can push crossover point to roughly 2 to 225 yards.
Holy shit.
Now look here. We're not talking about drop, because at 225 yards, you're lobbing that shit in.
Right.
We're just talking energy. So for everybody gets to sit in a typical 223, 55 grain FMJ, AR muzzle, 1,000 feet per second. It will typically overtake the slug and retain energy beyond 150 to 225 yards, depending on the slug.
Right.
So
okay. So raw energy, the shotgun has pretty good viability for some distance, but that's, like you said, that's going off just energy alone, not putting the play of the shooter itself, which I wouldn't. I mean, there's some dudes that can run the shotgun that well with the slug, absolutely. But on average, I would say with a shooter with a shotgun, 50 yards and in.
Yeah, I mean, I've shot some rifle slugs, and I can, I've been able to hit a steel target with a rifled slug, with a nice front brass bead with a rear adjustable sight at 100 yards. But I think that 100 yards is probably pushing the limit of what I would feel capable of doing.
Right. That's what I was kind of thinking. Because you had me thinking, I was like, I'm gonna get some more slug. I have a bunch of slugs to that thing, and I'm gonna start running some slugs through it and see what. I mean, I can do up to 200 yards in my range, but I'm gonna start doing 100-yard.
See what it'll do.
See where it's at. See how quickly and effectively I can hit steel at 100 yards with the shotgun. Because why not?
And here's the thing.
Time and money.
You can stand offhand with an AR and beat a piece of steel up 100 yards all day long, no problem.
Right. Easily.
Your rate of fire is certainly now we're comparing 1 round to 1 round.
Right.
Now you got 8 slugs on target versus 30 rounds of 5.56.
Right.
But we're also having to consider you got 8 good hits, you got 30 good hits.
Right.
So there's a tremendous amount of variables, but pound for pound, round for round, at 40 yards in, the slug beats it up one side and down the other.
But that's also reinforcing kind of what I start off by saying is that in this AR world,
I got to go to
people are discrediting the shotgun too damn much. The shotgun is still an amazing fucking tool. Anybody out there, I tell you, if you've not watched any of the Firearm Blogs videos with Clint Smith and Thunder Ranch talking about shotguns, 1, it's fucking hilarious, and 2, just the reality he puts back into shotgun of how fucked up the shotguns are and how much they will destroy you in anything you're shooting at, that they're just awesome. And yes, if you've been listening to our shit show, I've been a little drunk on shotguns too, because I'm kind of bored with the AR platform just because I've been shooting it for so damn long and so much that going to the shotgun, it's just been so much fun, even from doing dumb shit, trying to figure out how to reload it fast and efficiently, from 3D printing gamer shot shell carriers to making my hook and loop inhibitors for shotgun cards pull out of AR mag pouches. And it gets into the whole, like, do you let go of the fire control hand to throw more shells in, roll up on your shoulder like a 3-gunner, or do you keep it on the left hand and load it in? I don't know that part. I guess I need to go take some shotgun classes for it. But at the end of the day, though, the shotgun, 1, it's fun, and 2, you should not discredit it for being a badass tool to be used.
I agree with you 100% on that, man. And I got thoughts on that. Hold on 1 second, please.
Yeah, keep going. I mean, I can hear you. Because actually, when you get back, you're going to talk to it, because I need to fill my water, because I am actually dry as shit right now.
Yeah, I got tree work tomorrow, so I'm making sure I'm damn hydrated. So I'm making sure I'm drinking plenty of water before tomorrow. Because I tell you what, you don't hydrate the day of, you hydrate the day before.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and, while the slug is absolutely a fantastic tool, for home, and I was having this conversation, if I'm not mistaken, it was with my buddy Sterling White, who is a renowned semi-pro 3-gunner, and I think 3-gun and IPSC. I know 3-gun. Anywho, we were talking about home defense guns.
Oh shit, that's always a hot.
And everybody. But I think that a lot of people don't consider a lot of factors.
Oh, for sure.
When they, is an AR-15 a good home defense weapon?
Can be. I don't can be.
Here's why I would not choose an AR for home defense weapon. Because if you're in your bedroom and you touch that thing off 3 or 4 times, it is going to be so loud that you're not leaving that encounter without some hearing damage.
That's kind of almost least your worries too, if it's your life.
Is it though?
A little hearing damage versus your life. Okay, fine. Simple. Fine. It's 2025. Simple solution enough. Throw a fucking suppressor on it.
I'm not arguing with you. I mean, I got a little 7.5-inch SBR.
I'm just going to say I won't fall in the category of no, it's not a good home defense. I think it's all dependent upon you, your capabilities, your home, all kinds of variables. I can't stand when people say, oh, well, the ultimate home defense gun's a shotgun. The fuck it is. It's what you're most competent with and comfortable with, and your surroundings with. That's what the most best home defense gun is. I don't care if it's a lever action, a 223, or an 870 12 gauge. I don't care.
My first choice.
Yeah.
I got a Remington Model 1300 speed pump.
Mm-hmm.
It was an old design. Did I say Remington?
You just said Remington.
Damn. I got a Winchester Model 1300. Okay. my brain was replaying it, and I'm like, did I say
Well, you said that now. It's kind of like, okay, I'm looking this up because I don't know what
Yeah.
that is.
No, I'm sorry. It's a Winchester Model 1300. It's called a speed pump. And the way Winchester did it is when you pull the trigger, it unlocks the bolt.
Yeah.
So I've got that.
It just looks like an 870 more or less.
Yeah. I've got one of those. And I ordered a barrel extension. Excuse me. I do not know. I'm not sure why I'm getting mixed up here. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. I ordered. So it was factory. I think it was 7+1.
Okay.
I think it was 7+1, and I ordered a +2 barrel extension. So now it holds 8 in the tube and 1 in the pipe.
Right.
And I ordered a barrel from Winchester. It's like an 18.5-inch barrel. So the magazine tube sticks out probably an inch past the muzzle, maybe an inch and a half.
Which, for those that don't know any better, is totally fine because if you ever watch legit 3-gun guys, they run their mag tubes are like twice the length of their barrel.
Yeah,
like you're not going to hit your mag tube. No, but that's the misconception. Everyone thinks that shotgun spread like immediately happens out that barrel.
No,
you're going to hit your magazine tube and like, nope, it's fine. You can have a longer mag tube.
And that goes to people saying you don't have to aim a shotgun.
Bullshit.
So
start shooting a shotgun. You'll see how quick you can miss.
You got to aim it, even if you're shooting number 8s. And so I ordered a barrel from Winchester, and it's got a front brass bead and a rear adjustable, like a U-notch sight.
Yep.
And I got me a side saddle that holds it holds 6, and then I've got a buttstock saddle that holds like 5.
Yep.
And I slung it, and I thought, it's 9 in the gun, 5 on the butt, so we're at 14. So there's 20 rounds on that shotgun,
right,
between the side saddle and the butt saddle.
Yeah.
If something bad happened, God forbid,
keep going. We get some water.
And my choice, and the way I run it is, I've got the whole shotgun stoked with 2 3/4 number 4 buckshot. Primarily because I feel like that's going to put plenty energy on target, but I'm not going to have to really sweat over penetration. I mean, you shoot somebody at 6-8 yards or a sheetrock wall with a slug or number 1 buck or double aught buck, you have to be mindful of what's in the other room. So I'm talking about 2 3/4 number 4 buckshot.
Yep.
And then I've got my saddle is all 2 3/4 number 4 buck, and then the stock is slugs.
Right.
So that's my first choice for me. And I've also got a little Picatinny rail at it's a pick rail, Dave, and it's circular. And so what you do is, I can get the shotgun. It's like imagine if you took a pick rail, length of pick rail, but instead of being flat, you made a circle out of it. And then the 2 ends don't touch, and then there's a bolt that clamps it. So it slid down my magazine tube, and I tightened it up. And so you've got enough pick rail to where it'll hold a light.
Oh, okay.
You can't put anything big on it, but if you've got a light like a Streamlight TLR1, it will mount to that little circular pick rail. So there you go.
Yeah, no, I honestly, my bedroom gun actually right now is my lever action, a 38 special in the front side saddle and 357 on the back side saddle. Why? Also, partly it's because I'm out of room in my safe, so it's just there. But
have you got a can on it?
No, not right at the moment. No.
So here's something that begs the question. You touch that thing off 357 Magnum out of a rifle in your bedroom.
It'd be easier on my ears than a revolver.
It would be easier on your ears than a revolver. And it would be definitely easier on your ears than a 5.56.
Yeah.
But it would still be fucking loud.
No, I'm not arguing that. It'd be loud.
So, I mean, and it's probably the FUD in me that thinks about how loud something's going to be.
I guess I've listened to other guys talking about saying how if it's in the case of it's a home invasion thing or whatever, pick whatever fucking scenario you want, but you're going to touch a round or rounds off. Your adrenaline's pumping already enough. You're going to have that almost that bit where your ears are going to close themselves off a bit. Yes, you're going to probably inflict some hearing damage in your ears, but you know what? There's still an awful lot of fucking soldiers that are fired up fuck ton of 5.56 beside each other in tight spaces in combat.
But they're usually got hearing protection on.
Do they?
Yeah. They got those little remember, because there's a class action lawsuit against them right now. Those little earbuds that the noise canceling earbuds.
Okay, so they weren't for shit.
So they were working, but they weren't working.
They weren't working that well. My point is, it's that tiny bit of that. Also tiny. That amount of hearing damage versus saving your life and your family's life is
absolutely.
The hearing damage is never going to be my concern. That'll never be my concern of it all.
And see, if I had to pick, okay, I've got this damn 7.5 inch 5.56 with no can on it, and I either gotta, shoot the bad guy or not, then I'm going to deal with the hearing damage. But my forward thinking is, I want to walk out of this scenario no worse than I started.
Sure.
I
get it.
That's why. Now I keep my little 7.5 inch 5.56 as a home defense gun sometimes, but it's got a B&T can on it.
My end point is there is no perfect or optimum home defense gun.
No,
there isn't. It's all case by case to your home, your capabilities, scenario. I mean, ideal world, sure. All of our home defense guns would be suppressed setups of whatever, for hearing protection, but like your cabin, your place is a split floor plan about like mine. Very similar enough that you walk out of my bedroom, just as you walk out of yours, you're immediately facing across the living room, a hallway, and other bedrooms. Mine, it's to the left and the right.
Yeah.
So I absolutely be thinking, pay attention to wall penetration, but also where my front door is, kind of like in yours, it's right there. I immediately swing to the right is my front door, and immediately to my left is my back door.
Mm-hmm.
So going in that sense of, I know where the rooms are. I'm not worried about the whole over penetration thing. And then of course you get other jackwagons online and go, oh, but you don't want this going to your fucking neighbor's house. Yeah, well, my house is all brick, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I don't think shit's going through my brick walls.
Now, I don't have little people living in my house.
Right.
But, if you have children, you have to be conscientious of over penetration.
That's why I say there is no perfect setup, man.
Well, no, not true. There is the most perfect, without a doubt, unequivocal home defense rifle.
Oh shit, here we go.
And I know what it is, and I can prove it with empirical evidence.
Spit it out.
Are you ready for this?
Spit it out.
It is the Savage Model 12 LRPV rifle in 220 Swift.
Oh dear fuck.
Because here's the thing.
Here I was explaining some super fuddy thing, and then you just go a whole another direction.
No, here's why. Here's
220
why.
Swift as the ultimate home defense gun. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's why. Because all I do is I leave that rifle on my living room table. And if somebody kicks my door in and their guns are blazing and they see that son of a bitch sitting there with that Night Force optic, they go, I don't know what badass tier fucking 1 operator lives in his house. If this is the kind of shit he leaves laying around, I can't imagine what the fuck he's got in the safe. So you know what? I'm just going to leave my wallet here and thank him for sparing my life as I exit stage left. Matter of fact, I might even go do his dishes. That is peace through superior firepower. I am projecting strength. They're like, look at that fucking thing. Yeah. Burt Gummer, eat your heart out.
Huh. Well, I like your enthusiasm about Hunter, but I also think that's completely full of shit.
It is, but I mean, I think we needed a little humor here.
No, I think the whole thing's been humorous.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to fuck with you. I knew that would get a really good eye roll from you.
Oh,
Speaking of, though, I didn't bring that up for a particular reason, but while I got you here, so
that's called a segue.
it's a good segue. And I'm going to tell you this, and you're not going to believe me, and that's fine. But I've got video proof of this happening. I had a drone on the target, and I had a GoPro pointing at me.
Okay.
This 2 Saturdays ago, I went to Andrews.
Okay.
And was fit. I got my barrel broke in like I wanted.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get serious about doing some 500-yard groups. We had a little bit of wind. But it was kind of coming and going. So I shot my fouling shots at 100 yards, and I shot 2 3-shot groups out at 500 yards and worked on my dope. And then my second and third groups measured respectively 1.5 and 1.2 inches at 500 yards.
500. Holy
500
shit.
yards.
No, I'll believe it.
I couldn't believe it.
Because here's because you're telling me you didn't think I would believe it. And here's why I'll tell you why I believe it. Because I'm looking at the chart. It's right here above my desk. From holy shit, that was in 2011. Holy shit. 2011 Industry Shooting Masters down at the Rock Castle Shooting Club thing. Hornady had the side stage where we were shooting there. It was Neil Davies. It was his 6.5 Creedmoor, I think. That was, I'm looking at it again. Sorry, it says it's 6.5 Creedmoor. Out of 200 shooters, I had the tightest group out of 200 shooters at a 1.97 inch group, coming from me, the guy who until that day had never shot over 100 yards in his life. The gun was bagged, holding it tight. I was doing what little bit of I could pay attention to watching the flags out there. Now, you knowing what you're doing with a rifle you've been building for a long time, to tell me you pulled those kind of groups at 500 yards, I believe it.
And I got Chad had his drone, right. But I'm going to show you a picture.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. And hold up the cell phone photo again, so it takes forever to dial it in. Okay, there's your thumb, and you're hitting some black spots. But
that's actually Chad's.
Okay, Chad's thumb.
You see these spots? See these 2 spots here?
Yeah, 2 spots below the thumb. Okay,
that's rounds 1 and 2.
Okay,
and then rounds 3 is right there.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
damn, dude.
So between rounds 2 and 3, is how wide is your thumb? An inch wide, you think?
Yeah, sure about that.
Yeah. So there is a thumb's width between shots 2 and 3. Between shots 1 and 2 is probably maybe 1/8 of an inch.
No, that's fucking badass, dude.
And I shot my first 2 rounds. Now Chad's watching it through the fucking goggles.
Right.
So I do shot 1, and he's like, okay, you're 1 inch right. You're 1 inch to the right of the peg. There's the peg in the center.
Okay.
We had a little bit of wind. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make any adjustments. I'm shooting for group. Right. So I aim at the peg, boom. He goes, all right, you're about 1 inch right to the peg. I said, okay, here comes round 2. Boom. And Chad's like, I don't see it. So he's like, pause, flies in. He goes, holy fuck, they're almost touching. So I'm like, woo-hoo! So he backs the drone back out. And when I pressed the 3rd shot, it's like, he said, man, it's above your 2nd shot, maybe an inch. So we stop completely, drive the truck down there and bring a ruler and measure. Of course, so I measure my groups different than Andrew. Okay. I measure my groups, like if I shoot a 3-shot group, I say that is the longest distance between the two furthest shots.
Yeah.
So, according to Andrew, who would probably know better than me, you measure center point,
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah.
and then you measure shot 1 to center point, shot 2 to center point, shot 3 to center point. Then you add all of those measurements together, and then you divide by the number of rounds you shot. He's like, you caught, because it was like,
it's something pretty comparable though, wouldn't it?
well, it depends on how good the shot is. He said it gives you a better representation of the accuracy of the platform. If you just caught, so it was like 1.25 inches between the two furthest shots.
Right.
Barnes is like, okay, but you've got a second shot almost touching. You're completely throwing away shots 1 and 2 that are nearly touching.
Okay.
See, that's so you're like, okay, my furthest group is 1.25 inches, so that's 1.25 inches group. He goes, no, because you've got two that are so close that
Right.
you're disregarding. So he's like, center point here, and then measured all three, and then divided by 3. And so because my shots 1 and 2 were so close, it brought that mean average down.
Right.
Instead of being 1.25, it was 1.2 even.
Okay.
So,
That's
or
dope.
it might have been like 1 and 5/8 or whatever. I don't remember.
Right.
But I remember Andrew's like, that's 1.2. Because I shot another one and it was like a 2-inch group. Barnes like, no, let's measure. And it was like 1.5.
Wow.
And my second one was 1.2.
Fuck, I'm still going 500 yards. I'd be happy 2 inches, 1.5. That's even cooler, but fuck 2 inches. They're like, sweet.
Well, here's the thing. That's a bag rifle that was built by Savage to shoot well.
Right.
And I'm using a Night Force ATAC R 7-35 by 56.
Right.
So, and that is Night Force's like flagship optic.
Yeah.
So, at 500 yards, that target is filling up a third of the reticle. Like I can see the peg clear as day. But the only drawback to that high magnification is I'm shooting it suppressed.
Okay.
So after 3 rounds, that can is so hot. Right. I'm getting so much mirage. I got to dial my magnification down if I'm going to continue to shoot.
Right.
But with that Savage, every 3, well, I'm even after breaking barrel, every 5 rounds, I'm cleaning the barrel anyway.
Right.
So I shoot a group, pull the bolt. I just, I got some hoppies and I got a brass bore brush. I'll push the brass bore brush once or twice through the bore and push about 3 patches every 3 to 5 shots.
Right.
And I'll probably continue that for another 20 rounds, and then I'll probably still clean the barrel every 10 rounds. So it's a finicky bastard because that Swift. If you get out there and you just shoot 50 rounds like it's going out, it's going to fucking burn the barrel out.
Right.
It's going to begin to degrade.
Okay, I know you're hand loading your shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but what's your cost? Your hand loads, roughly, or to buy even 220 Swifts? What's that shit going to cost? $1 around more, $1.50, $2. I mean,
so I bought 20 rounds of Hornady 55 grain VMAX, which is what I shot that group with.
I'm talking just the bullets. This isn't the cartridge.
No, this is the loaded ammo.
Oh, okay.
And I got it from like local gun store. And I want to say 20 rounds was like $30, $32.
Okay.
So it's expensive.
Yeah, that's not cheap.
And that's a gun store that I do business with a lot. And now Hornady did send me about 6 or 8 boxes of Swift.
Oh shit, nice.
For my project, as did Remington. But I was at the local gun store and they had like a couple boxes, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy it. But Hornaday sent. So the beautiful thing about this is Hornaday sent me a little care package of bullets, and I got 400 bullets, 400 or 500 of their 76 grain ELD batch. And then I got about 300 of their 77 grain hollow point boat tail match. And they should theoretically do better at 500 yards because they're heavier and it's a match grade bullet. So now, can I physically shrink that 1.2 inch group at 500 yards anymore? I don't know, man.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. That's probably getting
pretty fucking good shooting.
That's it's more rifle than me. I promise.
Right.
That is probably getting close to the mechanical accuracy of that rifle at 500 yards.
Yeah.
I might could draw that bitch into an inch though.
Yeah, probably could.
You know, I think so with the right.
You're gonna try. I know that much.
I'm gonna try, but I think where the heavier bullet's gonna come into, I'm gonna go shoot that so much at 1,000 yards.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, you know, I got a guy that he's like, hey, you know, once you get your load developed, which I'm waiting on powder because fucking you can't get the powder like you want.
Yeah, not surprised.
He's like, why don't you come out and let's try that so much at 1,000 yards?
Yeah.
You know, they got like
cool.
They got a 20-inch gong at 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, if I could get out there and ring that gong at 1,000 yards with the Swift, and even if it was a 10 or 12-inch group.
Oh, I'd say even if you ring it, you know, relatively quickly, you know, and consistently, again, who cares if it's 10 or 12-inch group? I mean,
it's a
Swift. You're pushing a 220 Swift at 1,000 yards. That's fucking dope.
it's unheard of, you know. But, you know, it's not necessarily because, so I know this really old fella, and when I say old, he's in his 80s. And he shot the Swift, yeah. And he was shooting a Swift like when it was introduced in the 30s. You know, and he was talking to me about shooting groundhogs in the face at 700 yards.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, oh, we'll go out there. And he goes, I said, we would, of course, now he had his load developed. He was shooting. And he's like, oh, in the damn 80s, I'd go out there. He said, I'd shoot a groundhog and right in the face at 800 yards, no problem.
God.
And I'm like, no shit. He goes, absolutely.
That's incredible.
He's like, I could see him through the damn optic. And he's like, I'd pull the trigger, and about 4 seconds later, it was just a red mist. I was like, fuck. So, you know, I feel like, and then we're talking about 1980s technology.
No, yeah. I believe it. I heard you. That's fuck, man.
Which now I know him through John Travis, 1911 tuner. Now this guy he's a phenomenal shooter. You know, his shit is together. He's the kind of guy that's like, oh, the optic is 10 grand, fine. Oh, I'm going to send this $3,000 rifle off to have it built, and it's going to be another 5 grand, fine. You know, he's just got money. So, you know, he's out there, you know, groundhog hunting with probably a $6,000-$7,000 rig.
Right.
You know, with a hand load he's developed over the years.
Well, I don't know where I've got now, but
anyway.
I need to get we need to get Zach back on again, talk about some of the long range shit, because like we showed off air, I had my buddy Nick, I have his Pours plate bag set up that mounts to a tripods with an Arca rail. And Nick's trying to do precision long range stuff on a budget much as possible. So as you're talking about a guy talking about spending this umpteen thousands of dollars on this shit, like I flat out will tell you that's something I'm never going to do. I'm just not going to see that kind of money into it, you know. But will I try and like do it in the most Pours way? Absolutely, you know. But I'm going to start off with using like my buddy's bag and plate system, you know, at 200 yards with the rifles that I have to see what kind of tight groups I can get with my guns, just because it's what I have. And I'm not sinking a shit ton of money into this because I just like to shoot fast and have fun.
Right.
But if I can find some enjoyment in some form of long range, sure, why not play around with it a little bit?
Do you still have the rifle from Range Tool?
No. The 22 Arc.
That'd have been a good segue for you into some long range.
But like I said, that's why I have enough really good 223s. If I want to go bolt action, I've got my 300 Win Mag Savage. And I have some rounds for it, and I've shot that thing a little bit, but I've not actually even dialed it in to begin to. And it's like I said, it's a long-term fun project.
223 is going to peter out 500-600 yards, man.
And you know what? And that's fine, because I don't care, because the fact that I have repeatedly made hits out to 600 yards with a 223 and a 7.62 by 39 with red dots, I don't care. And now my range is only 200 yards where I'm at now. Those were competitions where I did 500-600 yards.
Right.
So if my home range is 200 yards, that's my maximum. I've got to drive for hours to go beyond that. Dude, I will happily take my equipment that I have and see what's the best performance I can do, at 200 yards, because why not? Why not? I know I can shoot further. It's not what it's about. It's about me actually dialing some shit in.
Well, I'll tell you somebody we should have on if you're interested in talking about some precision shooting that would also have a pretty good hookup. His name is John Boyette.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, and he runs shit. It is hell, I've taken a class from him. This is what happens when you get old. Hang on one second, man.
I was gonna throw out there, like Ohio Range Day, like they had a precision rifle class. And I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool. But I was like, you know what? None of my shit is set up for that, because I think they were shooting like 700 yards. At
Trace Armory Group. How the hell?
Okay. You've talked to them before.
Yeah.
But I say it, dude. I literally say this. Not of interest to me. It is, but it's very, very light of interest to me. It's a matter of when I can't run and gun anymore because I've fucking blown a knee out or something, then I'll be more like, fuck yeah, let's do some long range.
But it's another facet. So I think that we should pick a upcoming Wednesday, if you're all right with it. Have John. I've taken a number of classes from John. His shit is together. He's a phenomenal shooter, phenomenal competitor, excellent instructor, and he's hooked up with Eastwood Outfitters in North Carolina. And Eastwood Outfit is kind of a higher end gun store, but they cater more to precision shooting.
Right. That's cool.
And I've met those guys. I've seen their store. It's good shit, man. And I feel like John could contribute a lot to the podcast, and you and I both could probably. I mean, he's the one that talked to me about bringing the Swift out and shooting 1,000 yards, and he goes, and bring that piece of shit High Point AR, and let's see what it'll do. And I'm like, absolutely. So, he's very interested in that. So I think,
God damn it,
we should have him on soon.
Sorry, my monitor's freaking out. I think my monitor's dying on me.
Your monitor on your
it's pretty fucking old. It's like it's all of a sudden the menu pops up and it's cycling through like menu settings on its own, like poltergeist shit, or it shuts off like that. Son of a bitch. I don't need to buy new monitors. Are expensive.
Spend some of that rusty money, man.
That what money?
Rusty money.
What rusty money? What are you talking about?
And I know you got money sitting around just rusting.
Yeah, right. I have 2 kids that's in a private school. Yeah, I got money just sitting there. Let me tell you.
I know MKS.
Hence, I just said to you, I do everything as cheaply as possible, including this damn show.
Oh, you can tell.
On my end, I look pretty damn good.
Look how mysterious and like I've got this cool like shadow thing going on. Look, I mean, I even got a mic. It's a real mic.
Well, here, before we wrap this up, because we're about an hour and a half, and I have to do another podcast tomorrow night.
Hold on, look at that. Huh? Look at that mic.
Yeah, taking you fucking long enough.
Dedication.
Did you realize we're coming up on a year we've been doing this shit show?
I don't believe that at all.
That's kind of shocking, isn't it?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. We started in January. Maybe it's February. Fuck, I don't know.
Still,
I said coming up, man. Coming up on a year.
Still.
But here, I wanted to share this with you and everybody else. My heat shot that I did today.
Oh, yeah. You texted me that.
Yeah.
So where'd you borrow the suit?
That's mine, dickhead.
Seriously, though. Do you rent the suit?
That's my suit. Okay, first off, actually, it's not a suit, dickhead. That is just a blazer that I have that I bought from Express.
Okay,
And
where'd you get the tie and who tied the knot?
okay, believe it or not, I actually used to work a job where we're a suit and tie every fucking day. So I have a collection of ties. Thank you very much, dick.
I think it's a legitimate question.
But no bullshit. So I took all this crap down to the studio, and my wife had called me, and I was talking to her about just whatever shit. As I was like, pull my shirt off, I throw on my button-down shirt, which is a gray one I've had and I've worn. And as I'm talking to her, I threw my tie on. I was like, oh shit.
You can't remember how to tie it.
How do I tie this thing? I literally looked at her for a second, and as she's talking to me, I was like, yeah. And I went, not that way. Oh shit. Oh fuck yeah. She's like, what? I was like, I remembered how to tie my tie.
What a dork. Is that is that rig that you're wearing? You have that? The mag rig, the vest.
Dude, I just told you I shot this today. This afternoon.
Right, but I didn't know if somehow or another you green screen that in.
No, that's all me.
No, the vest with the mags.
Yes, that's all me.
You have that.
Yes.
When'd you get it?
Got it a while ago. It's from Commando Store.
Last time we talked a few weeks ago, you didn't have it.
Yeah, I did. I probably was talking about wanting to do this stuff. It took a while to get it. It took like a month, but I've had it a couple months. I just haven't done anything with it.
All right, okay.
Hell,
for all I know, it was 6 months ago we talked about it.
It was probably 2 months ago. No, it's pretty funny. Like, yes, obviously this is very much inspired by the movie Heat. I'm wearing a gray suit, which is more Val Kilmer wore. And it's hilarity is none of it's matching at all. I'm wearing gray pants. They don't go with the jacket at all. I had a black vest on. No, shit, no. That's why the photos worked out really well. I have a black vest I put on, and the gun vest. It was hilarious because you watch the movie Heat. It's 90s, peak 90s, man. So they're both about like Mulder and Scully from X-Files. All those guys are wearing double-breasted, coats to hide these ARs. Because I thought, you know what? If I rigged the bungee cord and had it under my armpit, there's no way I could hide that AR under that suit jacket. And it's like, again, because in Heat, they're wearing double-breasted fucking huge jackets.
Right.
This thing is very much more fitted to me. So when I threw it on, it was a little bulky because the magazine's on it. But in some of the shots, though, it turned out and just looked really fucking good.
How'd you put that background together?
What do you mean?
Is that green screened?
No. I was in the parking lot of work.
Get the fuck out.
Okay, now the skyline. Yes, the skyline was just sky. So that I actually did use Adobe's AI. I told it I wanted a city skyscraper backdrop on both of them. But all the cars, I can read my mouse here. All these cars right here.
Yeah.
That's all real. The shrubbery here is real. This shrubbery is real, and that car is real. It's everything else like that. I AI'd.
How about that? That looks good, man.
Yeah.
Where did you get the Commando vest?
From Commando Store.
And how many dollars?
Under $100. I think it was like $90.
Fuck, I gotta have one of them.
So I think I had some other colored images. Oh, nope. There you go. There you can see the vest a little more. Oh, there you go. Look. So from that shot, same shot, just different colored.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the natural background with the trees and the skyline.
I don't hate that either. Oh,
no, there you can see the vest a little more.
It was shitty Toyota.
Oh, fuck you.
I would take cover and conceal behind because if they shot that up, you ain't out nothing.
Jesus, shut up.
It ain't like it's a F-350.
There you see the vest a little more.
Yeah. Before we sign out, I'm not rushing you, but I've got a new gun coming from Ruger that was shipped out before announcement. Should be here. I thought even today. Ruger introduced a lever gun in 10 millimeters.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So my buddy called me, goes, "Hey, did you get that? You get that 10 millimeter yet, lever gun?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "I sent you one out last week." He goes, "I was hoping you would have it in time for the announcement." So lever gun in 10 millimeter, man. I got to wrap my head around that.
That's way cool. Like I think that's actually really dope.
I do too.
I have one 10 mil.
And because I'm now carrying a 10 millimeter as a sidearm,
hi puppies.
Then a lever gun in 10 millimeter. What would look really good is a Colt Delta Elite 10 millimeter 1911, and your lever gun in 10. I mean, dude, that's the 22nd century FUD right there.
Tony, you're listening. Here he's back to that Colt sucking again.
I mean, hey, don't hate the player, son. Hate the game. You know that was shit.
Here, I want to go back and tell you on the AR in that photo was the High Point pistol. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the irons and the optic mount cost as much as the gun. This is a Scalar Works. Their irons, which actually I really like them. It's like an A2 iron setup. I don't know. I saw it online. I was like, man, that would look really dope on one of these things. And it's in their mount as well. And this is just a Holosun. And then of course today I didn't have the angled forward grip. Because when I was gripping this thing, I was like, man, it's just too tight. I mean, I like a thinner handguard like this. But then this grip, I actually 3D printed this today out of ABS.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh, I have one on my 416 that I ran at Ohio Range Day, and it held up really well. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll print another one and put it on this thing. Just because this is actually a shooter, I will shoot this thing at some point. I'll probably actually dial the whole suit look again and probably get some actual video and shooting with this gun. Just because why not? It'd be fun. It'd look cool as shit, you know. It's not like the only person hasn't done it. A bunch of motherfuckers have done heat style videos, you know, wearing a suit in the balaclava and the heat, having the heat rig from Commando Store, but they're not doing the High Point AR. So fuck all them.
Man, that's awful.
Why is that awful?
I'm not sure. I just got a feeling of what you were saying, and I wanted you to think I was paying attention.
So the quick last funny thing I'll say is wearing that heat rig. It's got some Velcro and it's got some elastic to hold it because it holds 8 mags, 2 up here, and then 6 at the abdomen. I'm not really sure like what's the best way to actually retrieve mags out of it. I think when down by the zipper at your abdomen, they have flaps that Velcro over. I think the reality is you want to like tear that open and slide the whole thing out. If you want to just rip it out from because there's front and back loops on a magazine. If you want to just rip them out of there, you can. But I think the most efficient and fast way, really for like speed, is going to be break the tab and pull the magazine out and slam it in. And the ones on your other side, your support side, it's be a little more awkward. Maybe you want your rounds and you're going to pull the magazine and kind of shuffle it out like you're jerking it to get it out. In the end of the day, is the rig cool? Yeah. Would I ever replace like any other chest rig I have with the heat rig? No. It's more for the visual fun of doing some shit like this.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, it looks cool as fucking movie, but really you only see what 1 or 2 reloads, one from Val Kilmer, one from De Niro.
Well, and I imagine
it's a movie too. It's a movie. Come on, you know.
If you were to think of the science behind it, they're probably not anticipating reloading often. It's probably just as much of an intimidation factor.
Yeah.
Than
I mean, there's the story they talk about how they supposedly they still use the scene of Val Kilmer doing those reload. They show it to Marines because that's how a guy reloads. It's a good reload from, I'll say, a kind of awkward rig.
Well, but it would, it would be something that you could wear on with the correct, jacket, and it would not scream mag carrier.
Oh no, for sure.
It's a good
funny enough. I shot these photos. I hooked up my camera to my phone and slid it over to just auto shoot. I had a dummy, or I had a tripod with a head on it to set the focus, and then I hit my phone to start shooting photos. Walked over, moved that out of the way, and stood there and posed a couple different directions until it shot a bunch of photos. And when I was done, throw the shit back in my truck, pull back down in the office, walked in wearing the full getup, and Kara looked at me. She's like, "Oh my god, are you gonna go rob a bank?" And I was like, well, that's what this is about, And she'd never seen Heat, so I gave her shit for that.
Oh, no.
But then she goes, go harass the guys in the warehouse. I walk out there. I was like, hey, how you like my SHOT Show outfit? And of course, Jeff was like, oh, that's cool as shit. And Rose looked at me and she goes, where the fuck you going? I was like, God damn, like, you guys are harsh. But I started laughing. I was like, Kara, I was like, I'm going to bring this up to SHOT Show.
Why wouldn't you get a mannequin and dress it up like that with the face mask and everything?
Because I'm just going to do it at SHOT Show.
Oh, you just gonna wear it like you live?
I'm just gonna wear it. Yeah.
All right.
I'll throw the vest in my backpack. I'll have the mags in there, the balaclava, and I get the show floor. I'll throw the other vest on. I mean, because I'm wearing a black vest underneath anyways, but I'll throw that shit on and I'll do interviews and shit like that for at least one day. Shot shit like that. Because why the fuck not, man? Not having fun with it. What's the point? You know,
You need to work on your Val Kilmer impression.
Yeah, no, he's better looking than I am. I'm not gonna bother with that.
Well, you got the face mask on, so you know. I mean, I love you, but you look like 200 miles of fucking fire road. So I get that. Keep the mask on and try to sound sexy.
Oh my god.
I mean, how long has Val Kilmer been passed away?
I don't know, a year or two.
Yeah, and he's been dead over a year, and he still looks better than you do.
Oh God, shut up!
Like whatever's left of him, he's still more attractive.
All right.
Is that ugly? Does that hurt your feelings?
No, I don't give a shit.
Because you ain't got no fucking feelings.
Here I don't. All right. This was fun. This was good.
Enjoy it.
We're doing it for an hour 45.
It was better than a sharp stick in the eye.
You know, motherfuckers, you know where to find us. We ain't gonna tell you. Just find us. Follow us.
Google David Iron Man Kawaka.
That'll find it. I'll turn up nothing. But if you like this, keep listening. We appreciate it.
Stick around.
Peace out.